Hello, this is Jason P. Wilson 01 X-Force, and this is my DC pull list for the week of May 18th, 2011. Today is the 21st, and I picked these up on the 19th. First up for my DC comics is Powergirl number 24. Now, my comic store, they skipped me an issue. They didn't get me issue number 23, which kind of sucked for me because I was really enjoying the issue that I read last, which is number 22, with the guest starring of Superman, and it ended with Zartana making an appearance, and I was pretty excited about that because I really liked that character. So I was looking forward to 23, but never got it. So I got number 24 this week, and my comic store, they said that they would get me number 23. But I'm really looking forward to this one as well, because obviously Batman's involved here, and I do like how at first the first 12 issues or so with the original team, Powergirl was really removed from the DCU. So when this new team took over, even though I loved the original team, especially in some ways they handled her better, but I did enjoy this new team and how they're having her more involved in other DCU characters, and they've really made an effort to do that. So I've been enjoying that and appreciating it. So looking forward to reading this as soon as I can. Next up is Batman and Robin number 23. And I've said this before, but I'll say it again. Anyone who reads Batman, this is one of the 3 must-reads. Those would be Batman and Robin, Detective Comics, and of course Batman Incorporated. So even though this is a team that's taken over recently, you better believe Grant Morrison has both his hands and feet involved in this, because this is really his baby. But I've really enjoyed this new team. I like what they've been doing. It actually they needed to change it up. I'm glad he made a decision to put a new team on here. But I've been really liking Batman and Robin, so I'm looking forward to this issue. Next up is Batman number 710. Even though Batman wasn't on my must-read top 3 for Batman fans, I have to say I definitely been liking Batman. Mostly because I really do like Dick Grayson, and I like his White Knight take on Batman. And I don't read Dark Knight right now, though I definitely would pick up the trades. And what I consider that being is basically Batman is the Batman standalone comic for Dick Grayson, and Dark Knight's a standalone Batman comic for Bruce Wayne. Even though they tie them in, they're not as involved, as tied in as those other 3 that I'd mentioned. Still, Batman, the ongoing series for me has been hit and miss. I've always loved the characters that they involved, but sometimes I don't like their delivery. For the most part, I really like the artwork. I've loved the covers for all of them, but I do like Batman, and I do love Dick Grayson's Batman, so this would be one that I think I'm going to be holding on to. I've said before that I'm looking to cut my comics back, and I'm trying to decide which ones to keep and which ones to stop reading for now. And this was kind of on my chopping block, but being a Batman fan and a Dick Grayson fan, it's been hard to do that. But looking forward to reading this. I definitely am going to start deciding on what is going on in the comics right now and if they're doing a good job, and not just for nostalgia reasons like I do sometimes. Next up is Supergirl. And I started reading Supergirl when the new team got involved, and they changed up the artist. But I really enjoyed the story arc, because I really hadn't read Supergirl in a long time. And I do like the character, and I've really enjoyed how they've been involving a lot of other characters in her story arc that I like. Miss Martian, in this cover you can see Damian Wayne, the Blue Beetle, Stephanie Brown, just to name a few of the main ones. But I do like Supergirl, and I've really been enjoying the story arc. Initially, I was just wanted to read the story arc, and then I was gonna be done with it. But they kind of captured me, so I have to really consider that when I'm choosing. But looking forward to reading that. Next up is another comic I picked up just for a run, but I'm having trouble letting go because it's been quite enjoyable. And this is Teen Titans number 95. I originally picked it up because I always wanted to read Teen Titans. I thought about picking up the trades, but then that gave me the perfect excuse to pick it up because it had a crossover with another ongoing series that I read, which is Red Robin. So I started reading it and I enjoyed it, and even Red Robin stayed in there for a little bit. So I haven't said to my comic store, hey, stop giving me Teen Titans, because they've been good. It kind of reminds me of when I read comics when I was younger, because they're really fun. I mean, they're not serious, so they have some serious parts to it, but it's really fun to see this superhero young team and their relationships with each other and the situations they're put in because of that. And I don't know about you, but I find that a lot of these younger superhero comics, they have a kind of feel to it that some of the more established older ones don't have. They take themselves seriously, but not too seriously, so they can have fun with the stories. At the same time, they have kind of like a little bit of a soap opera feel, but just enough to make it enjoyable, but not too much. So you can tell by this cover what I'm talking about. This cover actually is one of my favorite covers of the week. It's pretty cool. But yes, looking forward to reading this, and I'm considering dropping it, but I'm not sure yet. Next one is truly a guilty pleasure, and that is Young Justice number 4. I mentioned this before. I watched the ongoing animated series, and I picked this up because I enjoy that so much, and because the animated series is in connection with the ongoing comic series. They basically tell you what happens in between the episodes, so you get a little insight to the characters and what they were doing. And they actually you get a benefit because they'll actually say things in the animated series that would mean nothing to someone who didn't read the comic. But if you read the comic, you get a little thumbs up from the writers of the animated series. Say, hey, thanks for reading the comic. Look, here's your payoff. You know what they're talking about, but nobody else does. And they've been pretty consistent with that, and I've been enjoying it. Now again, I recommend this for sure, but just know, I've mentioned it before, it's a really quick read. There's nothing sophisticated or deep about this comic. It's really fun. It's great for kids. It's great for family. But as an adult reader, yeah, I mean, it's a real fast read. You'll read it in a few minutes. But still, it's fun. It's really fun. And last for my DC pull list is a new limited series, Batman Gates of Gotham. The secret history of Gotham City begins here. I picked this up because well, they're saying that it's really going to connect with all the Bat books, and that you'll get a lot of benefit if you read it. And so I thought, I read those books, so maybe I should give it a shot. The other series I picked up at the same time recently is Batman number 1 of 5, Arkham City, which is the prequel to the game that's coming out. And I like that a lot, so I'm definitely going to get all those. This one, I picked it up, and I looked inside, and the art is very different for a Batman comic. Anyone who reads Batman will immediately say, you know what, I've never quite read a Batman comic with this style to it. Sometimes it's actually pretty cool. Like, you can see this cover, the same art on the covers inside. It's a very, outline type, animated series almost look. And sometimes it looks really good, really cool. And you definitely get these animated features from Batman that you don't usually get. You can see a lot more emotion in his face. With that said, they have a lot of close-ups of characters' faces, and like Cardassia Cain and Damian Wayne looked really weird in my opinion. I understand it's their own take on the characters, and I'm totally open to new characters and new artist ideas of those characters. But I have to say, I would almost put it on the ugly side when you get the close-up faces. It's very cell looking in not a great way. But with that said, they say it's important, and I guess I'm at least going to get the first 3 and then decide whether to stop or to just get the trade later. But I am interested, and especially if it does what they say and it's going to be connected to all the books. So with that, I would like to ask you, is there any of these comics that you guys are reading that you also enjoy? Have you picked up any of these new series? Please go ahead and let me know. Also, if there's any comic that I have here on my DC pull list or my Marvel pull list, please let me know. If you want me to review those comics, I'd be happy to do that for you. And thanks for watching.